the question that we're asking today, what really gives people an edge? Is this the qualification, the CV, or how they carry themselves?
It's more than just your CV. In workspaces or in business. Yeah, the people who normally are selling things there for pale kwa biashara.
Yeah.
You're like, these two people are selling the same thing. But what makes people to flow in this
To
shop
the other person, yes.
and the other shop? I think I've come to realize sometimes it is not the hard work that we put in. It is more than the hard work. It is the going extra.
Mile.
Extra. It's the extra for me that gives you the advantage
Okay.
in the workspace.
Could be what Reva said, but also there are people who favor. But ideally, I think it entails visibility. It entails excellence, because sometimes you might just be living your life
Yeah.
and doing your thing at the workspace,
Yeah.
but your work stands out.
We have all seen it. Two people are equally qualified, join at the same time, and seem equally committed. Yet after years, one has become fully trusted, influential, while the other feels stuck. Join us in this conversation. We are talking about the unfair advantage in the workplace. With this conversation, I'm joined with two amazing gentlemen. Over to you.
Now I think I remember joined by a post. I'm not an post. My name is Reverend Steve, and it's always a pleasure to be here at the RG.
Amazing.
And thank you very much. My name is Emmanuel, and you can also call me MC Neb, or the enabler of good vibes.
Sorry.
And thank you for having us here.
Wow. The gentleman's in the house. But this conversation is really interesting because we see the question that we're asking today, what really gives people an edge? Is this the qualification, the CV, or how they carry themselves? What really?
My personal perspective, it's more than just your CV. In workspaces or in business. Yeah, the people who normally are selling things there for pale kwa biashara.
Yeah.
You're like, these two people are selling the same thing. But what makes people to flow in this
To
shop
the other person, yes.
and the other shop? I think I've come to realize sometimes it is not the hard work that we put in. It is more than the hard work. It is the that thing that people say they ka extra. Going extra.
Mile.
Extra. It's the extra for me that gives you the advantage.
Okay.
In the workspace.
Okay.
Well, I think it's debatable. Could be what Reva said, but also there are people who favor.
You know.
Favor is the advantage.
It's advantage. Yeah, it is.
There are people who are favored, but ideally, I think it entails visibility. It entails excellence, because sometimes you might just be living your life and doing your thing at the workspace, but your work stands out.
For you, yes.
You get. And sometimes also it depends with who knows you and how they know you.
That's the reality.
Because sometimes, and that's why I argue, hard work is not enough, because you may actually be there, you are the best. You're doing as in deadlines, KPIs, you're
on top and all that.
And everything, but you like, no one seems to recognize what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Because probably you're not being seen.
Yeah.
By the way, there's something like I always say, in the workspace, sometimes for me, it's not even about the position that people hold in the workspaces. It's more a position. So that's when you go to a space, you want to look at, it's not the qualified people. Sometimes the unqualified, sorry to you to say that.
Yeah.
Who seems to be the power brokers in the office space. Sometimes we can be that T-girl in the office space and not really the person who has the degree, the master's, the PhD and what have you, or the person in the position. So I always say, Mimi, I want to be that kind of a guy. Whereby Mimi, I want to influence the decision, not to be the decision maker, but to influence the decision that's being made.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've seen quite a number of that in the workplace, but also to our audience. When you think about someone successful in your workplace, who do you believe gives them the advantage?
What gives them or who gives them the advantage?
What do you believe gives them an advantage? Because I know in the marketplace you're able to see nani always goes
Kuna
through
mdomo tamu.
like akisema things work. Yeah, but let us take us back to, you mentioned about believers, right? Give me an example. What's the unfair advantage you as a believer in the workplace?
I think it's what I stand for, maybe, or the principles you stand for.
Okay.
And I also incorporated the aspect of favor, because when you go back to the Word of God, when we are told about Jesus, he grew up in stature and
He grew up in stature, in wisdom, and favor with the Father.
and favor with
The Father.
The Father.
So it says favor with man and God. You know, like it's a two-way.
It's a two-way,
You know?
yes.
So as a believer, I can also have a sense of belief in that I can have favor with men.
Yeah.
You know, and in the workspace, you're working with human beings. So you can have favor with God,
Yeah.
but also if you have favor with fellow
Men.
men, you'll thrive. And now the other thing about as a Christian, as someone who believes in God, is you live right. You won't be found in corrupt practices. You'll uphold integrity.
Yeah.
And these are things people can't copy.
True.
You know, in the workspace, things that make you stand out are things that it's very hard for someone to copy or take away from you.
Yeah.
So if Rev Steve is someone of integrity, if I'm not an integral person, I
You
can't
won't
take it
copy.
away from him.
True.
You know,
Yeah.
unless maybe I just try to curate a story and all that. But at the end of the day, he's still like someone who has integrity.
Yeah.
So ideally, what the unfair advantage maybe I can have as a believer in such a space is because I'm set apart first and foremost. And what I believe in. And sometimes the battles that I pick, I might decide, you know, well, umenikosea, I won't revenge. I'll go and pray. You know, vengeance is there. You know, so
Amazing.
it might seem like a very spiritual approach, but
Yeah.
it's a very practical way
Yes.
of how believers actually live in these spaces. And whether we know so many. You go to a company and you ask, na kwa hii kampuni nani pastor? Actually, the people who are called pastor
True.
in their workspaces because of how they live their lives, not because of, you know, ati they are actual pastors. Someone will tell you, hey, wa maombi, kuna msichana hapa anakuanga wa maombi huyo huyo tunamjua ni wa maombi, you know. So, and sometimes it's also an unfair advantage to others, because when the company has anything, who will be called to pray?
It's you.
So you'll be seen.
Wamaombi.
I think so. Just add what he has said. So
Yes.
Very interesting. For me, it's the definition of the unfair advantage. From what he just said, basically saying is the being favored. The unfair advantage, just
Yeah.
the favor that you have.
Yeah.
So others think it's unfair. So me, I look at you, it's unfair. But to you, it is the favor that you have. as
You're
he said,
thriving in.
with God and with man.
Okay. Pasi, I have a question to you also. Neb has mentioned about him understanding the principles around God, the Bible. So we have people also in the workplace. Yes, they can call themselves believers, but they don't want to take advantage. Let's say to take advantage of
The favor they have.
yes, like they're not there. They just want to wait upon.
Wait upon the Lord.
Yes.
So I think it's Bible is very clear that we are in this world but not of this world. That's one aspect to it. There to need to be assured that has happened. Like literally, that's what we're called to do.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, sometimes believers I've seen in the space of work, they are so gifted, they have what it takes, but they always hold back because they don't want to have that influence. And so what happened at the end of the day, they lose out on opportunities. So if these opportunities, they go to other people and not them because they were holding back. They don't want to. I always say I want believers to be in the spaces where decisions are being made. They
Yes.
should be right there.
In the
Why?
rooms.
Because they need to understand how politics work in the workspace. And by the way, as in one episode we talked about last time, by the way, politics is good. It can be good, it can be bad. Our former president, which one now? The Emeritus 2. whatever, but it was President Moi. I mean, it's not, he used to say something. In Kiswahili it says, siasa mbaya, maisha mbaya. In other words, the other side of it says, siasa mzuri, maisha mzuri. Like, you can play good politics at the place of work. That it gives an advantage because you as a believer, you have something more than what everyone has.
Sure.
And already, by then, you already have an advantage that is not even books. You already have an advantage that the Spirit of God is with you.
Yeah.
So you need to be right there.
You need to be in the room.
Yeah, you need to be in the room when people are discussing those deals, those contracts. You need to be right in that room.
Yeah. So another thing I was really observing is being in the workplace, like others, they just treat it ni pesa nimetoka, but not understanding that also it can be, that's where you fulfill your purpose.
Yeah.
Like someone can be able to thrive because for them it's fulfilling their purpose. But for others, ni apate pesa amenda, doesn't want to talk to people, doesn't want to interact. What do you have to say about that?
I think believers need to understand the assignment we have. When you go to church on Sunday, I think maybe Pastor Tani correct. In Corinthians, it talks about the pastor empowering us, the believers, to
The flock.
Yes.
The flock.
To do what? To do the work of God.
Yeah.
So every Sunday we are equipped. So it's up to you to now go Monday to Saturday and do the work of God in these spaces that you're in.
Yeah.
So some of us, it's how we live our lives. But again, some of us, we are so afraid of the Great Commission, making disciples, because I believe some of us, and majority of us, we have very few Christian organizations. So many of us work in the secular world. And there we have everyone. Like everyone is there. Kila mtu ako hapo. So it's also an opportunity for us as believers to live up to the Great Commission, make disciples,
Yeah.
And in this context, if we use the marketplace as one of the, inaanzianga, walisema inaanzianga wapi? Inakwanga Samaria, Judea, to the ends of the,
Yeah.
So your ends of the earth might be your workspace. Where your business.
Yeah.
So ideally, for us as believers, we should also constantly remember why we exist. So some of us, we are fulfilled, as you've said. We just go work, go home.
Yeah.
Nothing much. We don't take that extra effort to somehow minister to other people, because we say si tuko na September missions month kama church moja na so we wait until September for us to do outreach. But this should be constant for me as a believer. Every single day when I go to work. Is someone discouraged? Can I pray with them? Because sometimes you'll walk to the office and your colleague looks downcast and all that.
Yeah.
Just talk to them, then you're like, do you mind if we pray? And sometimes that simple prayer goes a long way. And this person now will also perform in the same workspace.
Yeah, true.
And by the way, just to add on that, sometimes also realize some of these things, this advantage that you may have, sometimes you may not be. Have you ever been in a scenario where this person can't perform in terms of work itself?
Yeah.
They have weakness, but they will never be released. That place of work.
Yes.
They never be because they knew what they are good at. This person knew what keeps them going, and they focused on that.
On that fully.
I mean, some have taken that. I mean, also it's good to say that people have known what they have and they've gone the other extreme. When they know that they can't perform, but they say their boss, boss, umekuja. As if they are doing things back like, hey, now you're irritating, but they know that's what keeping them there.
Yeah.
They come and they serve the boss with tea. The one will buy us birthday cake. Your boss, no one cares about your birthday at place of work.
Kujituma.
Kujituma, whatever. But because that's what is keeping them there.
Yeah.
They may not be good performance, but that's what. And every time they both say, "I'd rather release you than release this person."
Yeah, you see, you've seen these people, maybe cleaners who work in many companies, cleaners and security guards.
True.
The ones who wash the boss's cars.
They will never leave.
Where's it huyo mtu kwa hiyo company? Because this guy is just like, hey, gari yangu inaoshwa hapa, sina fear ya kwenda huko nje kupeleka car wash watoe key waibe gari. It's safe. So there you touch
a person.
ndio utajua huyo boss ako like
Nani
so and
ako
so
wapi?
nimepita kwa gate sijaona so and so. HR anasema oh we release no huyo and it's just because of a simple gesture that this
Yeah.
person does, you know, that now has made them have favor with
the boss.
yeah.
Wow, that is really interesting. Because also when they are acting out of this, there is wisdom. I'm understanding there's a wisdom being exercised, and it has taken me back to James 1:5.
No, I wanted to say the wisdom goes two ways. Some of them are just kind people. They don't actually, they're not doing it so that they can get their favor. But we have the ones who are
Actually,
strategic.
it's their nature.
Yeah, there's some people who just like, hey, na boss leo una furaha, you know. and true to it, ni muungwana too.
Yeah, true.
You know, and you when you go back home, you'll be like, today I went to work. It's only one person who cared to ask
how you are.
You know, so it cuts across.
What I just told is how then that the unfair advantage, how we take the advantage of the unfair advantage.
You run with it.
Okay.
You run with it.
Yeah, well, let's get back to James 1:5. Yes.
James
our
1:5.
speaker.
Hey, okay.
Jenny.
So I was going through James 1:5, and it said like, ask the wisdom and you shall be given freely. Actually, God said, ata bagua, he will give. And then going through James 3:17, it's telling us what this wisdom is. So if you're keen enough, you'll see the wisdom from heaven, it's pure. The wisdom from heaven, it's impartial. The wisdom from heaven, it's submissive. I didn't realize that. So when we see that the people, you're like, mbona huyu? Maybe they're exercising the wisdom from God. Like they asked, they were given. So it's just coming out as a form of actions, as a form of even the pure words. Actually, it's full of mercy also. You see? So to our viewers, even as you're in your workplace, even as you're doing your business, how are you showing people, you know, how are you even relating to people? Because it's how you even to talk to someone, the customer will come back and the other person will be like, hi, kwani Njoroge anafanyanga nini? But it's the small things that we've mentioned about the soldier, about the cleaner and all that.
I was just wondering also in terms of, I think you have kind of mentioned it.
Yeah.
Stewarding your advantage. How become a good steward? Because sometimes now we realize, I've been in that scenario, and I think now I've learned where I am now. When you're found favor with, for example, when you're found favor with your boss.
Yeah.
Now, how do you act with the other people? Because you're favored with the boss. Some people will be, now because the boss likes me, they take an advantage to harass other people. Because at the end of the day, people will be like, I don't be like a boss.
Hakuna.
Boss will do nothing about it. Because I make a boss box. I make a boss
box.
So the boss will never do anything.
Yeah.
But I always think that when you have that favor, the advantage that you have, use it for the help of other people. I remember I'll give an example that I was in a space where for personally I found favor with the boss. But I remember at that time my boss had an issue with one of the colleagues. By the way, walikuwa wanani maji na mafuta. Do you know, actually through me, I mended the relationship. And because let me tell you, today you may have a favor. Tomorrow,
a new pharaoh.
Guess what will happen? Everyone who you are with, in fact, they now will be like, woo! They have the energy to fight you and to show you who are you again. Tell us who are you again. So let's say when you have the unfair advantage.
Yeah.
Now, as a person with wisdom, steward it in a way that you don't overlook anyone.
Yeah, sure.
What you say, impartial.
Yeah,
it's
impartial.
Use what you have for the benefit of everyone.
Around.
I think being strategic is very important. I'll also give like a personal example as well. So in this setting whereby we are, I think, 13 of us, and our boss, boss, then admin, then 13 of us. So one thing I realized personally, I am not, I don't like small talk, especially in WhatsApp groups, but when you get into meetings, you'll be surprised. So be strategic. Be very strategic. So for me, the unfair advantage I know I have is I have a creative mind, I think. So you can only experience that when we are in a certain setting, and that is meetings, when you're coming up with strategy.
Yeah.
So for me, I know maybe when I'm going for a meeting, I need to, if this is the
egg game.
agenda, so I know from this thing, when I'm coming there, I'm coming prepared. So the unfair advantage I have, I'm stewarding it, as Pastor has said,
Yeah.
by equipping myself now with the knowledge
With the
again that
knowledge,
you've said,
yeah.
so that when I get to that point whereby it's, the opportunity is presented like this,
you're ready.
but most of us, we usually tend to feel bad because of someone else's unfair advantage, because we are not equipped like them. And we don't even equip ourselves.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, a charge to anyone who's out there in the workspace. And maybe they'd want to have an unfair advantage also. It's just to be equipped.
Sure.
And be very strategic.
Yeah. Strategic is the word. Strategic is the word in this
Yeah,
way.
say, play your politics, man.
Playing politics is a very big word, Pastor.
Let me quantify. Play smart politics.
Yeah.
Work smart in politics and do the good politics. Do the good politics is who makes the, for example, good politics is who makes a decision.
Yeah.
Who do I need to talk to for this thing to be done? For example, you want to propose something to people, your colleagues, to achieve something. Sometimes you don't need to come and say, guys, this is what I think we should do. Sometimes you come you go to people. What may they just get to hear their thoughts first. And sometimes there's something you realize I don't table this because already from the feedback I need to kill it.
To
or sometimes you feel like you involve people and they feel, hii idea ni kali. Before they know it was your idea, it's just that by the time they realize it was you what you wanted, that's what you want to achieve.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying about politics.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have concluded that qualification is not enough.
It's not. It's not enough.
It's part of it.
But
It is
not everything.
It's not the
it's not
ultimate thing.
Okay.
Titles are not.
Titles are not.
Yeah, not. Yeah.
And unfair advantage doesn't make it that you're getting it easy.
Yep.
You're just playing strategic.
You might get it easy sometimes.
Yeah.
Because if, let's say, the boss of this company has brought me in, maybe we are related. You see, there's that. I think we'll have that conversation another time.
Yeah.
But you see, there's that aspect. There's that aspect as well. But when I come to that space, it's up to me now to uphold whatever we've said, because regardless of how you've found yourself in a workspace, because sometimes it's mtoto wa ndugu yangu amekaa kwa nyumba, niko na kampuni, mlete wacha afanye kazi.
Aingie afanye kazi. Yeah.
But now sometimes people might mistreat you because of that unfair advantage. But also you can use that to thrive and grow within that space as well, to maximize on the unfair advantage. Because if I get into a space and you guys fear me because my dad or my uncle or my watch me.
Watch me, none.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have said we have more advantage, or not more advantage, but as Christian there is more advantage because you have principles that are guiding you. And this one has taken me back to don't fear. Take those spaces, because God wants us to be in those spaces. So take us back to Matthew 5 verse 16. Let your light shine before others, and they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven.
Sharabush.
Right? So before we conclude on this, maybe you can take us through your parting shots.
All right. So I think my parting shots is to encourage someone who's doing business, who's working. And maybe you feel like other people have an unfair advantage. So this one goes out to you. Again, self-reflection. What works for them? Is it something you can learn? Is it something you can uphold? Because sometimes also we are inclined to, an aspect of comparison, which again takes a toll on us. Because comparison is a thief of joy. It's like comparison is like a cancer. It eats you up slowly.
True.
So be the best version of yourself. And if you find yourself with an unfair advantage, be it something that it's just a natural skill, thrive. Some of us, again, you're gifted. Everyone is just like, nani ako wapi? And again, I usually say, if you miss work or you close your business and people don't ask for you,
Jichunguze.
That would adjust to it.
Yes.
I think for me, I'll just put it simple. Qualifications, good character, all the nice things that somebody need to uphold
Yeah.
may not just be enough. They are important, but are not enough. You must understand your environment. You must understand what you want to achieve,
Yeah.
how you want to achieve, and being strategic
Mm.
to what you want to achieve. Because visibility is also important.
It is.
You need to be seen.
Yes.
And sometimes you're not seen by your degree.
Mm.
You're not, because everyone is doing a master this day anyway.
Actually.
You know, everyone has a doctorate these
Yeah.
days. What makes you stand out?
Mhm.
Identify that thing that makes you stand out.
And
What
run
you're
with
good at.
it.
Probably you are good at communication.
Mhm.
When you're given to when you go there to do a presentation in your PowerPoint, make sure it's your PowerPoint.
Speaking.
It's speaking out there. They're like, whoa, that presentation. Maybe even there's nothing important you have said,
Mm.
but your PowerPoint is so amazing. Guys are glued. Whoa, this is this presentation.
Yeah.
Identify yourself, find that thing, and use it to your advantage
Yeah.
to get you where you need to be. And all said and done, everyone, I believe they have something that will
Make them stand out.
stand out.
Yeah. So this one is taking back to whatever you find to do it with all your might.
Yeah.
Okay. And understand that your greatest competitive advantage in the workplace isn't your degree, your network, or your experience. Sometimes it's also the Christ-like character that remains consistent even when no one is watching. So remember, you got the power and you can be able to stand out. Don't dim your light. You're made for it. Yes, that's it for us. And see you next time. Adios.
Shine, Jesus, shine. Fill this land with the Father's glory.
Candle shine.